I'm doing a 60-minute session for clients. So I'm going to be sharing psychic wisdom and energy healing. If any of you are interested in exploring a session with me, please come visit me at my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. All right, you guys are in for a treat. This is going to be super interesting. I want to thank you, the client, for booking the session. And I'm really blessed to meet you and be introduced to your situation. So we can take a look at it on the energy side of things. I can help you and create an opportunity for others going through something similar to have an outlet as well to find some answers. Okay, so thank you so much for this. And thank you for being open to sharing on YouTube as well. I'm going to go ahead and read your goals and get started here. Hi, Abbey. So thankful I found you on YouTube tonight. My life could not be any worse of a spiritual battle and unhappiness. I can't remember ever being happy. I have experience with the Ouija board 15 years ago and never really felt affected with paranormal activity. Just recently, about 2 months ago, I opened a door by accident. Boredom, highly interested in other life forms, and then I chose to open it by praying directly to a reptilian named Lacerta. The energy is so scary and manifesting in humans to scare me. I also feel like they attached to me one night in the back of my neck. Personal life is going to shambles even more. The video I found tonight was like it was speaking to me. I need help to be able to feel any emotion other than anger and sadness. I feel like I'm crushing my soul. Thank you. I feel it's so interesting that you've presented to me this name Lacerta, because several years ago, I would say somewhere in 2018, I came across the Lacerta files and was really intrigued by it. And obviously I do journeys, so I have the ability to take a look into things. And I felt a deep connection with her and her story. And I felt there was something very beautiful about her. And I remember when I was talking to her, I had a series of strange dreams. I can't remember anymore, but I'm not sure why I decided I felt complete with that interaction, but I hadn't really thought about it since now. So this is really interesting. And another thing I want to tell you. So you open a door and now you're experiencing paranormal stuff. And it sounds like you've been, there's other things going on. And so now it's all overlapping and it's very overwhelming. And so maybe you needed to have this sort of trip and fall in order to change the pace or the vibrational movement of your life, in order to, sometimes it goes through the harder time before it gets to the brighter time. So maybe things needed to get really kind of agonizingly worse. Open some doors. Now you're having interaction with me, right? Sharing this opportunity with others. You see what a domino effect you're creating just through the experiences. You're helping people. Like I guarantee, if you were to thought a year ago, would you be doing something like this? It's kind of cool when you could acknowledge, you know what, some weird things have happened, and now, I'm doing something that I probably wouldn't have thought I would do a year ago. So sometimes you got to see some of the positive light of a bad situation. And you're creating a very meaningful experience for all of us to learn from. So thank you. Thank you so much for that. All right. I'm going to relax now and let's take a look, okay? I'm moving through body after body after body after body. And they are lizard-like, but they don't have the scales on them. And they're all kind of shoulder to shoulder, and I'm sort of pushing through them like it's a meat packing plant. There's just simply so many. There's one that has kind of a heart-shaped head in a way. I don't know why I find her mesmerizing. Pretty. She's very pretty looking. I'm mesmerized by her eyes as well. And she has a forked tongue. I feel like she's absolutely beautiful to look at. I'm just mesmerized and I can't stop looking at her. She stands out amongst all of them. She's the one that stands out the most. And she's not only beautiful on the outside, she has a glow from in the inside that's very noticeable, very felt, like the sun. It's almost like she glows like the sun from within, and you can't deny it. It would be like the ultimate package. I know we're talking about a lizard woman, but I'm telling you, she's absolutely flawlessly beautiful on the outside and on the inside. So maybe if you could parallel this with an absolutely phenomenally attractive human being, as beautiful on the inside as they are on the outside, what an extraordinary thing to behold, right? It would be like standing in the face of an angel, because what we experience from heaven is so absolutely beautiful. Then to look as beautiful as you are on the inside is just absolutely like wowzery. It's just, how do you have an emotion to express how incredible and awing that is, And so she emanates this through a reptilian facade. I mean, she's beautiful as a reptilian, and she's beautiful on the inside. Now, there's a mess. I mean, there's a mess. Oh. Okay, she's showing me, this is really important. She is at the center of the cornucopia. I don't, so it's like, let's say a shell that's like a spiral type shell, and then at the tiniest little point inside that shell, like the end of this spiral, which also is the beginning of the spiral. And from her, there are all these bodies, all these reptilian forms and reptilian bodies. And they just keep happening, like circulating around and around. And they just, from her is now all of these, more and more and more. There's something interesting about the creator, the mother, the birther of new life. It's so important that women see themselves as such powerful creators. Women are such powerful creators. Lacerta is really emphasizing the value of that truth. Oh my God, she is, because she's even crying as like emotionally, because her heart is so aligned with the goddess energy, the divine feminine goddess energy. I mean, I feel it. Through her, she is the future. The woman is the future. The divine feminine is the future. That's why women need to be respected. Women have to be respected. She has such an interesting, I mean, she is in her own right a deity, because she is sort of a gateway between the human world and something else. And she is wanting to help us somehow. And she has a heart of gold. I don't experience anything scary just yet. Okay? I'm experiencing this. So I'm just going to share what is coming to me right now. I want to get to the scary stuff because obviously your whole world is, their boat has been rocked. And so let's take a look at what is very uncomfortable here. But this is the first thing I'm running into. Lacerta is beautiful, divine feminine, mother goddess energy in this reptilian form. The interesting thing about her is that she represents a terrestrial, she's not an alien being. She's from Earth. Her race began here. And so that's what her story is about. And how they moved underground and where they live underground, so that we could take then the Earth's surface. And when is there going to come a time when there will be peace between the humans and these reptilians, where you can share the world together? And so there's a benevolence to them. But let's keep going, okay? Because I tell her, she wants me to focus on the message first. She's already there. Like, she already is acknowledging that she understands, because I'm just like, but there's so many bodies, it's getting overwhelming. I understand what she means by this. Oh. What if there's only so much space? What if there's only so much room for all this creation? Then what happens? I don't know if she's paralleling the human race and overpopulation concept with the reptilians underground concept. Is it possible that reptilians that live underground are becoming an overpopulated civilization? Let's just say it's just an idea. But there is something to that concept of overpopulation. The mother, the creator, that now the children are becoming there's an imbalance because there's an overpopulation situation going on here. So there's a challenge. Okay. Now I'm going to continue to focus on her. Okay, she's talking to me about, okay, you feel like something was put in the back of your neck or attached to the back of your neck. It's a long conversation. I don't know what she's saying right now. She says it's okay. It's okay to try to say some things, and then we'll work our way through it. All right, I'm going to throw this out there. I see her glowing with this golden light, and then I see all these bodies, okay? These bodies aren't necessarily glowing the same way that she glows. So the human race, there's going to be some human beings that glow with sunlight from within, and then there's going to be human beings who have lost their light out of insecurity, fear, manipulation, upbringing, whatever. And so there's going to be parts of our human race that do not have a glowing sunlight within, parts of our human race that maintains the light within, okay? So there's going to be reptilians that are full of light and reptilians that are not full of light, okay? I feel a benevolence with her, a beauty. She really, it feels like to me that she came here with a purpose to receive prayers, to receive questions, to support, to help somehow. There's a really profound gift that she represents between two worlds. And I feel that there was love for you in this interaction. But we're trying to understand here where the gross came from. Because I'm telling Lacerta, well, I can just go into the gross part. But she really wants to be a part of the message, like at the forefront of the message, because you were the one that were reaching out to her, and then an event happened, okay? All right. I flippin' love her. I love her. I love her. Like, I just hug her. I just tell her, I can't even listen to anything you're saying because you're just so beautiful. I mean, she's so beautiful. Inside and out, I just hug her like, gosh, you're like an embodiment of heaven. I don't even know how to think because you're just so beautiful. And I just hug her. She starts to giggle. She's like, maybe this is why we need separation. It's a joke, but she's showing me that if there were enough humans like me, she wouldn't know how to cope with that. She's just like, there's too many in the cornucopia, too many in her like space. She's being lighthearted about it. She's saying thank you in her own way, and it means a lot to me. We're going to have to slow down. Okay, she's telling me to talk. All right, so basically this is the next thing. I feel like I live in an ant hive, okay? So I live in like all these different tunnels. And now I'm going through one of the tunnels and I'm following her, and it even sounds like they call it a hive. And like that would be an appropriate term for their environment, is a hive. And we're moving through one of these tunnels, and it's dark in here. It's hard to see. But she glows. Her skin glows for me to help light the way. She's so beautiful. Like you're so beautiful. I mean, she reminds me of like an emerald in motion, a living emerald. It's just incredible. When you meet incarnate beings that are that heavenly, all you can do is stand there and gawk at them, because it's just so special, you know? She's giggling again. Okay. She says it's like we'll be there soon, is kind of what she's saying. We're going to a darker tunnel where there's very little light. It's even darker than the one that we were in. I mean, you could get lost in these tunnels. I feel like that is potentially on purpose. It's almost like there's a lot of tunnels that'll take you to nowhere for a reason. And they're primarily to lure you away from their main tunnels. I mean, I really feel like there's a lot of energetic influence here. And so you would never be able to find the tunnel that actually goes into their hive. You would never find it. Even if it was staring at you right in your face, you'd never be able to see it because there's so many energies going on here. Even if you got through that energetic doorway, you would get lost in these tunnels and you would never actually find the doorway to the deeper tunnels of their hive. It's just they do that on purpose. They're altering the energy pattern so you yourself as a human being wouldn't be able to see. They're just altering your energy patterns. You wouldn't be able to see. You just wouldn't. And that's not to be mean or anything. It's just simply what their needs are. She's like, you wouldn't just keep your door unlocked and let people come in and out of your house anytime. That's just not appropriate. We don't want people coming in and out of our house whenever they feel like it. That's just not appropriate. That's very inappropriate and rude. And so that's why they're doing this. She nods because she really appreciates when they are treated with respect and understood respectfully. And that's what, so I'm starting to feel how like down to earth she is. Like she's starting to kind of translate as more one of many instead of standing alone as this one of a kind, you know? And so it's really nice to see her in this way, just one of many, because she feels more like not overwhelming. She kind of giggles at that too and nods because she likes that as well. All right, so we're still going. She shows me you. Okay. Oh, this makes me feel like I'm going to vomit in here. I don't like it. She says she knows. I'll tell you what I see in here. Let's just say there's 12 human beings and they're all up against a wall. So like 6 and 6. And there's a weird, basically a neck brace. And then there's a weird screw from the wall into the neck brace. And you're one of these 12 and you're basically screwed into a wall in here. And I don't know what they're doing, but they're evaluating your brainwaves and stuff. I'm just, I don't know why I'm kind of in between. I don't know what to say just yet. I'm showing her that you know that it's like, you know that this is hurting her, right? You know that this is hurting her, right? Like, you know that. So why are you doing this? What about me? I mean, what, you gonna do this to me? You gonna do this to anybody? I mean, does it matter, I guess? She says it does matter. She says, yes, it does matter. It always matters. Everything matters. I see you're turning blue in the face. And it's kind of choking and suffocating, like you're not able to get full breath of air. And this is quite strange, but she says we caught you in one of their tunnels. And you weren't welcome. And this is where we put those that we catch in their tunnels. This is where we put them. And I say, you do know that this would have been completely innocent, right? You do know that this is, she says it. I'm not sure what to make of this. She said, just wait, just wait, just wait. Like I don't understand the full picture, the whole story, okay? she's taking me to like an extraordinary technology, and it kind of has a round screen, a big round screen, and then a smaller like square like screen, and then a massive like panel. And I'm not understanding. She pushes a button, and all 12 of these humans, including yourself, are disconnected from the wall. I don't know why. I feel sad for her, but I feel sad for the humans, and I feel sad for the situation. And I tell her, I don't know why. I feel very sad right now about everything. I'm confused as well. I don't like suffering, you know. I don't know. I don't know how to help the reptilian people come onto Earth. I can't. I'm trying to do what I can to help the human race become more open-minded. I mean, I don't want anybody to get hurt, you know. She does know that about me. Like, she acknowledges that what I say is the truth. I don't want anybody to get hurt. She does know that about me. I mean, I've even asked myself if I'm just complete pushover, maybe I need to be a little bit more aggressive. And it's like, well, I don't feel like being aggressive, so maybe it's my nature to just not be aggressive at this time. The few times I am aggressive, I usually regret it. I just don't want to be. I see you, your face is all black and you're coughing. And you're very disoriented, and your head is full of some kind of like it looks like electricity going in different directions, like a thunderbolt in a centerpiece, like, you know, those kind of balls that pink lightning is everywhere and you can put your hands on it. It's kind of cool. It looks like that inside your head. She says there'll be more, and there'll be more, and there'll be more, and there'll be more. They don't stop. They just keep coming. Okay. She says this is the same as an innocent cockroach comes into your house. What are you going to do? You might scoop it up, throw it outside, or you might step on it and just feel very disgusted. So how do you think it makes them feel when human beings get into their house? It's like, you know, I guess you're right. I mean, so how did she get in I mean, I don't think that was, if you are truly aware, you would not be able to deny there would have been some innocence about that. And probably each one of these, maybe there's a couple that were determined and had motivation in their mind. But I don't feel like her motivation was to hurt anybody. I see her put a stamp on everybody's shoulder, like branding, and it's on the energy side, and it's red. And there's a symbol on it. So it's like noted that you were one of those that came into their tunnel. All right, now I'm going to reverse time, okay? I'm going to go to you when you found your way into this tunnel. I'm just letting go of everything we've seen thus far. I'm going to find every single one of these. Oh, there you are. Lacerta's saying thank you. She doesn't necessarily agree with every decision that her collective makes, just like we don't always agree with every decision that our collective makes. If you have leaders who are making certain choices, does that mean that is your choice, or is that the leader's choice? And what is the leader's motivation? So there's going to be leaders of their collective that have motivations too. She doesn't necessarily agree with it, but she has to live in that collective, just like we have to live in our collective. So she really wants us to know this, okay? And so she's thanking me for going back in time and turning those souls away from here. And I'm going to create a certain energy lock so that it'll be even harder for souls to find their... I'm going to totally lock this place up as a human being for them, to make sure that human beings stay the living daylights out of this place. Don't go there. I mean, they're very hardcore about it. Don't go there. And there are some here that would actually enjoy terrifying a human being and ripping the skin off their body and then licking their juices. Like, there's some that would be happy to do that, would be happy to do all kinds of gross stuff, okay? Just like there's human beings that would be happy to do all kinds of gross stuff too, all right? There you are. Okay, there you are. You're kind of like at an elevator, and you keep pushing a button. Like, I need to go, I need to get in here. And now you're in the elevator and the elevator's going down. Let me in. Please. It's kind of like you need to be somewhere other than here. And you're going to the wrong place. This isn't the right place. You are wanting in, and you are determined. Because you are determined, you will find your way, all right? Because your spirit is full of like determination, and like your spirit is saying, I need to be here with Lacerta. I need to be here. And so you will break through because you're passionate enough, because you're loud enough vibrationally, that you'll break through. Even in an astral plane, you'll break through, okay? So I just stop you. I'm just stopping you immediately, and I snap my fingers really loud, and I fill all those tunnels with basically an energetic black. And I make it look like a giant mouth that's going to swallow you whole. And I say, do not come down here. Don't ever come down here. And I create lots of vibrations that the soul will interpret of any human. Something doesn't feel right. Something doesn't feel right. It's not going to hurt any souls. It's not going to hurt anybody, but it's going to not feel right very noticeably, and the soul will not continue forward. Just get back on the elevator. So I see you. I need to follow this all the way through, going back on the elevator. And you tell me that what I put at the door, it looks like a freaking... It's kind of cool looking, actually. It has a big round mouth with sharp teeth, and it has basically Medusa-like snakes that go fill every single one of these tunnels. And the face of this angry, scary face, it's kind of like a creature / a human Medusa type. And basically there's a really loud noise, a very irritating noise. And it definitely says, get out. So let's go on to the elevator, and let's see what we can do now to get you back out of here. I show you the future if you want to keep going. And you say, but why? I say, I want you to tell me, but why? Like, why? Why do you think? You say, but I don't mean any harm. I just want to feel... Literally, there's a certain energy that she emits that is beautiful. I get it. I freaking get it, because I feel it too. And you want to hug her. I mean, like, I get it as well. I say, let her just hug you when that's appropriate time for her. And somehow they're allowing you to get back on the elevator. And there's a warmth that is radiating, saying thank you for please honoring and just turning back. An elevator is a living organism. It's a living consciousness. So it can tell who's who when you get on. It even psychically tells. So the elevator actually blesses you for making the choice to respect their home and to turn around. All right, there's a weird thing that's happening next, and I see a man who's has spikes that come to the back of his head and through his eyeballs. Basically, they just spike through and then cut through his eyeballs. And I see many human beings now actually put on a wall full of spikes that come out, and they're just pushed on like a shish kebab. And I see these human beings just skewered to the walls of this cave here. And you never saw that. You never saw that this was a warning. Don't come down here. You never saw it. I say, Lacerta, this one isn't working. I think this one isn't working correctly. Okay, what is this place? All right, I'm gonna have to sit down for a little bit. Taking you and I'm putting you in my heart. And I see this room starts to fill up with blood. And I just stop messing around. What? What? I just put light into whatever is the manifestation of this. It's almost like it's supposed to be vibrationally to scare you or keep you out, but this time it's almost like wanting to show me that I'm trapped and I won't ever be able to leave their tunnels, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm just putting light into whatever's manifesting this. Putting light into it. I say there's no pain here. There's no suffering. There's only love. And I'm doing you a service because I understand. It basically says you aren't. I'm doing you a service because I understand. It's just, this is more of a weaker one, and it's a male energy, and he's kind of lonely in a way. And he's kind of, he has an emotional imbalance. It makes him feel better about himself to scare people or to be in a way angry because of what's lacking in his own life. He's a lizard person, okay? I say you need to heal yourself. It's why you're doing this. You don't actually want to do this. You want is something beneath the surface of what you're doing, and you're not acknowledging that. He says he won't ever get what he wants, so you might as well do something. And for some reason, this is enjoyable. So I'm going to do something he doesn't want. I don't know why I create like a marketplace from like the 1700s or something. Maybe it's even older than that. I mean, it's very, there's grasses and dirt and it's all fruits and vegetables and things like this. And I just put light into whatever's manifesting this. It's almost like it's wanting to show me that I'm trapped and I won't ever be able to leave their tunnels, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm just putting light into whatever's manifesting this. It's almost like it's wanting to show me that I'm trapped and I won't ever be able to leave their tunnels, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm just putting light into whatever's manifesting this. It's almost like it's wanting to show me that I'm trapped and I won't ever be able to leave their tunnels, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm just putting light into whatever's manifesting this. It's almost like it's wanting to show me that I'm trapped and I won't ever be able to leave their tunnels, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm just putting light into whatever's manifesting this. It's almost like it's wanting to show me that I'm trapped and I won't ever be able to leave their tunnels, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm just putting light into whatever's manifesting this. It's almost like it's wanting to show me that I'm And I'm bringing lots of people in, more and more people and more people, humans. And they're just simply making exchanges with each other and having casual conversations. And I reach my hand out and I hold his hand and I welcome him to be a part of the marketplace. And I say, you can fit in here. You can come here and fit in. He's very tall, really. He's like 7 foot tall and slender. He does like to plant seeds in people's minds to create a nightmare. He likes to create scary ideas or images. He likes to kind of create a Halloween environment for human beings. He likes to scare human beings. He just finds it funny. I just feel like he's bored in life. He's kind of not sure what to make of the market. What's he supposed to do here? I say, are you in love with anybody? Maybe you need to tap into your heart. You need to feel what you are inside. Maybe you need to be brighter than this. He's very lonely, that's for sure. He says, I don't want to be human. I don't want to be stupid. I think you're wasting your life away just planting seeds of fear inside of human beings and laughing. I think that's probably more boring than anything. Because it's unfulfilling. And it's not acknowledging what is actually missing is love, affection, a companion. He needs to think about this. He's kind of looking at this gross environment with the blood and the bodies, and then he's looking at an environment that's like kind of a community that's this forest area and people coming together in a location to sell goods. And it's like there's something supportive and balanced about this. There's something enriching about the scene I created here and the scene that he created. So he has a weird side that comes out and starts to inspire all the human beings at the market to start seeing everything's covered in blood and it's all poisoned. He just starts laughing. I have no choice. I take the energy that he's creating an infection of the mind, a fear, and I'm taking the energy and then I am putting it inside of himself. Now he has to live with the infection he wants others to live with. Now he must live with it. He's thinking. I say, you're boring to me. I just put him in a box and I send him away. I don't have time for this. I'm planting a lot of seeds in this energy space and it's going to be full of like Garden of Eden energy. I need to do something else here. Every one of those people the next thing I do is I create a major energy wall. The next energy wall is right before the elevator. A major energy wall here, so it's disorienting. It's not going to create, oh my God, I'm starting to see blood and be eaten alive by insects. It's not going to create severe paranoia or anything like that. All it's going to do is any type of astral projection or really sending your energy into their home space. All it's going to do is just going to make you kind of vibrate and just feel like I'm not going to go there. I don't need to go there. I'm just going to let that go. So again, it's yet another barrier, so you don't even go into the elevator. I see many people are bawling their eyes out. I see a massive line of souls trying to get in down here. And I'm saying, what the heck is this? I mean, I'm seeing thousands of souls trying to get in here. They're crying, they're praying, they're asking for help. They're asking the reptilians to show themselves. They're saying, we care. They're out here even protesting it for the freedom of these reptilians. Many are attracted to coming here. What do I do now? I see you also here in this lineup. You'll do whatever it takes. You just feel passionate and you feel moved at the heart. I'm just making it so the sound is completely silent. And all these prayers I'm sending to the higher selves and to a collective that is supporting and working with bringing a balance between the reptilians underground and the humans on the surface. I'm just sending all the prayers and all of the love to a collective that can digest and process it and use the energy to try to create change, whatever that might be. But it's too much. It's like fan mail. It's like too loud. There's just simply too much, and it's like inappropriate. I know it seems kind of like, but we're wanting to help you. How is that inappropriate? They aren't asking for you to be there. It just overwhelms their balance. It's like a dog in the dog's yard. You don't walk into the dog's yard no matter how cute the dog is. It isn't asking you to come into its space. Just because the dog is cute, you should just be able to come in. No, you have to respect the space. So you need to send the prayers to a collective that is working through this, not into where Lacerta lives in that whole community down there. So I'm making this all go silent. I'm sending all this sound into that collective. And I'm creating wall, like thousands of layers of walls. And any other prayers that are sent here are going to get translated through these walls, or just circulate from one wall to the next wall, to the next wall, to the next wall. And all of this energy it'll generate something that's positive. That it's not going to disorient those who live here. It's not going to disorient the person doing the prayers. It's not going to disorient any souls. And it's going to be a healthier energetic balance. Okay, so that's all being sent. Now, everything that circulates through these walls is just going to go to that collective and be used for something, some greater purpose that will help. That's a lot better. Oh my God, is that better? Okay, let me go directly to you. What do you believe now? Your eyes are kind of white and your mind is disrupted. And it's like you kind of ran into one of these, like that one reptilian who just likes to have fun messing with people's heads. It's like when you go into those tunnels, you might run into some jerks along the way, and they have places for you. So you're projecting your soul into their home without realizing it. And so they'll take that projected self and they'll do stuff to it. You can take your projected self out of there just like that. But the question is, if you didn't know how you even got in there in the first place, how are you going to know that you are actually out of there? So this is where psychic development is essential. When you start to understand how you move through the energy world differently than the human world, how powerful your thoughts and feelings are, how to move in and out of places, how to... Like, I can go visit Lacerta in a balanced way. Like, it's like I'm not invading their space by doing this journey. In fact, I'm helping them and helping anybody who wants to come back here. Ask your higher self, I want you to know and feel that you have been removed. Because you're not sure. Your energy is saying, well, I'm not sure. Am I out of there? Am I safe now? Are they going to pester me because they know me now? I say I went back in time. You have no branding. None of those people do. Because I made sure your soul never walked down there in the first place. So I undid everything by altering your relationship with the event and time. Question is, do you believe me? Because if you don't believe me, then you're going to have to go through the process of learning how to believe me on this. You have to be firm that yes, and you have to be as firm in your heart and in your mind as you were firm that you wanted to visit Lacerta, that you are undoing all of that. Say it's just been so much. It's just been so much. All right, let me go into your third eye here. You're still attached to the storyline where you went in and you were hooked up to the wall. Still attached to that storyline, and that lightning bolt thing is still here. I'm bringing you in here and I'm saying, okay, I want you to remove this. What comes to you on how to do that? You tell me I need to go stand inside of it. Say, okay, that's awesome. So you go stand inside of this pink lightning bolt. It's going in every direction in your mind. You say, but it's not working. And I say, just wait. Get firm with your choice. You're going to go stand in this pink lightning bolt energy. Suddenly, you start shooting in every direction the lightning bolts go, until you transmute all that energy inside yourself. And you kind of start laughing and say, did I do that? It's like an Urkel. Did I do that? Like, you make a funny joke, kind of like an Urkel joke. It's good. Okay. It's hilarious. You're laughing hysterically. I say, okay, what next? You say, I feel like I've been one of these beings before. And I feel like I was wanting to go visit my home again. Okay, then that needs to be acknowledged. I want you to transform your body, your astral body, to look like one of them. And look like what you think you had looked like at one time. To be vibrationally that persona. You say, is that how they come into our world? That's how I go into their world? I say, yeah. You're doing it. You have blue eyes. You are flawless looking. And you blush a little bit. And you feel the same spirit of the divine feminine inside yourself. The same creator energy, the same goddess energy. You emanate it as this reptilian woman. You emanate it as though it's like the core of your truth, your divine being. That all women should feel this way. Their life should be, in a way, like not worshipped, but acknowledged. Women should be treated as extraordinary blessings and gifts to the race, our race. You feel beautiful, and you're releasing a pent-up energy in your sacral chakra. It's just like a black gooey tar. And you're taller than Lacerta is. And you emanate more blue energy, where she emanates more like golden energy. You say, you walk towards the elevator and you say, you know what, I don't belong here. You're right, Abbey. I'm going to love Lacerta from afar, but I'm going to love myself now too. Why did I come here? You start to feel a bit gross and kind of upset with yourself. And you show me another image of something that happened, and when you were attached to that wall, they planted these like gross images into your subconscious or into your mind. And one of them was you're an electric chair, basically, that's simultaneously moving your body through a meat grinder. And you're screaming, and it's forever. And you cry and you say, why did they do that to me? I say, ask yourself, why did they do that to you? You said, because I care about them. And you say there's a weird, there's kind of an infection developing in that race inside the earth, the same infection that's developing on the earth's surface with the human race. There's major imbalances between the races, and they're becoming sick inside just like we are. And they're letting go of their relationship with love and light, just like we are shifting as well. And you say that there's going to one day be an all-out war between the reptilians in the earth and the humans on the surface, because the reptilians won't, I keep wanting to cuss this whole time. They won't give an F, okay? They won't care. They won't care about whatever the rules have been for lots of generations. They won't care. Because they've been treated so poorly, in their opinion. And the human race isn't waking up, and they're sick of holding our hand. And it's not all of them, by the way. It's some of them. Because there's those that hold the light there as well. Lacerta is one of those. You take the red mark off of your back, and you place it, and it's like you see it as like lips, like a kiss, red lips basically is what it looks like to you. And you take it and you place it into your heart. You say, I will not be stamped by them. You say, I'm very disappointed in my race. These earth reptilians. I'm disappointed that they fell into this darkness, basically, because they were never like that. And they were determined to never become like that, no matter what we did on the surface. Because they chose to love the human race no matter what. But there started to become like births of reptilian children that were growing up to be spiteful. And that over the generations, there's developed more spite in the collective. And the spite is gaining, I guess, voice. And in a way, you say good riddance, because if the human race can't choose to work together or be open-minded to other races, then we deserve what's coming to us, is kind of what she says. And this reptilian version of you says, I miss my home in the earth. I miss my home in the earth. I miss my home with my family in the earth. I miss them a lot, and that's why I broke through all those barriers, because I'd already been there. I'd already lived there. That was once my home. There's people that have to stay hush-hush in that environment, or have to be a little bit more careful. The rules or the dynamics are changing. So I ask you, so what next? You need to go back to being human. Are you ready for that, or do you want to stay as this reptilian? You say, I want to open up. I have been closed off for so long. I shut myself down. I haven't truly been alive. I haven't truly lived as myself. In fact, even right now, I'd rather be not myself than myself. Why do I not want to be my human self? Gosh, you're tall. I mean, you're very tall and slender. You're gorgeous. You start giggling and doing the same weird blush. You are very beautiful, reptilian. It's really neat to see a different appearance, something that's very different than human, and just, it's so beautiful. You're just so beautiful. She says a human race is missing out on so much of the beauty of their own form. And you talk about intimacy, you talk about relationships, and you talk about nurture and the birthing of children, the raising of children, family. You talk about nurture. You kind of show me the marketplace that I'd created, and how it was bringing people together in a safe environment of collective support. And that was the message to that reptilian, is that the human race does work together in collective support, and that I value that, as he would also value that. Is all reptilians actually value that image for the human race. They all value that image. They all want to see the human race do this. Humbly care about each other. You say that you're not convinced you're ready to embrace being human yet. I say we're still in the entrance here. Do you want to stand here, or do you want to go somewhere else? I show you how in your heart are the memories of your life. Access the memories inside your heart at this time, okay? That's the best way for you at this time. Just access the memories in your heart through just feeling the joy. You start to cry and you say, thank you. And you transform into the human you. And you say, I feel like I'm learning that there's so much more value and meaning to life than just the mundane human reality, that I'm craving something more. And that this isn't the only path, that there's many paths, but I need to choose the path that is welcoming me. As in, you going down this road was actually really healthy for you to access some awareness, to have some paranormal experiences, to open up to some psychic sensations, right? And then to have some self-discovery, some depth, some balancing of the heart, and some past life discovery going on here, ability to see yourself in a new way, to feel yourself in a new way, to understand more about what you may have been feeling all these years as a human being is a lack from other lifetimes that were far more, they were more meaningful, as in rich with sensations, rich with meaningful sensations, okay? it's like the colors are fading from the human race. The colors of life are fading from the human race. And that's why it's not as vibrationally embraced for you. But something is coming to you that you've been psychically able to communicate with your family this whole time. And you feel a definite connection with them. I see you going back further and further into your human self, letting go of having moved down that tunnel. Letting go of everything because you've already overridden it yourself. And it's all starting to make sense. I don't know what it all means yet, but I feel a sensation of it's all starting to make sense, okay? You kind of flicker in between being reptilian and being human and being reptilian, and you love your reptilian body more than your human body. You love your reptilian gifts more than your human gifts. But you're understanding why you're human. And you yourself are like a Lacerta. You yourself are like a bridge between worlds. Because you've had connections within Earth, basically. With these beings, as one of these beings. You say that the races can't remain separate, that they have to blend because that infection that's happening in the human race is happening in their race. And the reason why is because there has been separation between the races for so long. And there's been so many years of imbalance through, I don't know, I guess the best word is a disrespect. There's been kind of like because there's been an inability for a blending of the races, it's disrespecting of the human races need to grow up and the reptilians race need to expose themselves. Whether that's appropriate timing or not, it is appropriate. I'm sending vibes, and you are too, in a way. And I'm altering the voice of these prayers. It's more like giving those reptilians the strength to know that it's safe to come out to the surface and that we need to grow up. And maybe the only way we're going to grow up is if they force us to, through exposure. Because we need exposure. I think that's something we all desperately need, is exposure. And that's why there's so many souls lining up. You're kind of agreeing with me. You're feeling more warmth and more love in your heart than you have felt in a long time. You're grateful. You send love and light to Lacerta in her heart as well, and she sends it back to you and thanks you. As she understands. You seem far more vibrationally balanced in this relationship with them than you were before, and it's all going to make more sense. This should help dig you out of the dirt, literally, okay, of what that event was, and even of the last 15 years of your life, or ever long you want to define as your whole life. This is going to help dig you out of the dirt and help you to feel alive as a human being through this understanding. All right. Neat. Thank you. Gosh, I'm so glad that you did this. I feel so happy. I feel so happy. I feel happy for you. There is there can be a delay between when I do a session and then the time it takes for that to shift into your human body and human reality, because there's the energy world and then the absorption into the physical world. However, I feel like this is going to really get the ball rolling, and it's going to be like, oh, you're going to have a big oh moments. Oh, okay. I want you to trust in the process of healing that's taken place here, and don't have any doubts about it, and step into your strong reptilian self. Send any of the BS away, the illusions, because when you feel the empowerment of who you truly are, you won't feel smaller than it. You'll start to understand they're just playing mind games and being stupid, because some of them are jerks. Okay, but not all of them are. And this is just helping you to just have a new sense of gratitude for literally everything, including yourself and the whole process of this experience. All right. Thank you again. Okay, have a good day. And everybody watching, thank you for watching from beginning to end. If you're new to my YouTube channel, I hope you're enjoying this video, and hope you enjoy the other videos on my channel. And please feel free to subscribe and like and comment. All right, have a wonderful day, everybody.